Hi there. Welcome to ITV. I'm Sindhu Ratish. Sunil Kothari is a well-known dance critic. Today on ITV, Aparna Ramaswamy talks to Dr. Kothari about his views on the Maximum India Festival that took place at the Kennedy Center last month.
Good morning. It's a wonderful opportunity here to be interviewing Dr. Sunil Kothari. The world knows him, of course, as a very renowned and very scholastically talented dance critic. I would like to introduce Dr. Kothari in a slightly different way. He's an absolute pleasure to dialogue with. He's, in a lot of ways, had his finger on the pulse of Indian dance. He's immersed himself not just as a dancer. A little known fact is Dr. Kothari is a trained Bharatanatyam and Kathak dancer. Performed a few times perhaps, but his calling was more to be a critique of dance from the vantage point of being a dancer himself. He has been acknowledged by several organizations in several ways. The milestones have been the Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 96, and in 2000, the Padma Shri. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate his taking the time to talk with us today.
Oh, great pleasure.
Dr. Kothari was invited here to be a part of Kennedy Center's presentation and premiering Maximum India on their highlighting the diversity, the depth, the range, the commonality, and the beauty that is Indian dance and Indian music and Indian culture. So how would you like to give us a little bird's eye view on your experience of the show?
It was a great pleasure to be here during these 20 days. You know, I was told that if you come as part of the Festival of India or whatever it was called, Maximum India, we'll throw you back in 3 days' time. I said, no dear, if I come, I will maximize my time with India. And I want to be here for all the 20 days and all the shows I want to see except those who will overlap. I do believe that when you mount a show like this, and there is a little background that we were, myself, Martan Singh, Rajiv Sethi, Chandralekha, Darshat Patel, number of people, Lalit Mansi were involved in the Festivals of India, which was a different agenda, and it was a big diplomacy, cultural diplomacy, but this was different. Elisa Adams, who is the face of Kennedy Center, and her colleague by name Gilda Almeida, these two women have been working on this for the last 15 years on festivals which they focus on China, on Japan, then 22 Arab countries, and in this series it was planned that this festival should take place. We've been working on this for the last 5 years. They are coming off and on to Delhi, meeting people like me, then Ritu Menon, who did the literary session. They will meet Hindu people in Madras, Chennai. They knew all the top dancers. They bought all my books on dance, etc. And then I was flown one day from Chennai to Delhi when Ratan Thiam, my colleague who is making plays in Manipuri language, to see his play. And that was the play, it was out of the box. It was not on mythology or Buddha or Ashoka or Mahabharata, but it was Ibsen's play, written in 1899, and very little known play. Very different, where a husband and wife are all the time quarreling, and then he has his paramour, he goes and sees the world abroad. Anyway, so they said, what do you think of? I said, I don't have to think. You are women who know the world. You have been shopping around, you know what is best, etc. So we are the best. And we have performed in the Kennedy Center in 2000 with, a play called Uttar Priyadarshi. She was very newly impressed, and I wanted to impress her also. Hey, look, darling, we have traveled around the world. You are not the ultimate for us. To go to Kennedy is not ultimate for us, though we wanted to come to the Kennedy also. I think in 20 days, to show the slice of India is a tough job.
You know, and it's interesting you say that, because I'm aware that your background, your original PhD, of course, you did it in the dance dramas of South India, Bhagavati Mela, Kuravanji, and Kuchipudi. And you are entrenched in a lot of ways from what is the traditional roots. But at the same time, your vision is not in the box. You are able to see the beauty that is Indian dance and also see the contribution that it makes to the global community. I'm curious to hear from you in these programs that you saw. What did you feel, and you can answer it any which way that you feel like, was the essence of Indian dance, Indian music, was that felt? What do you feel was the most contribution that we made? What was the highlight? Give us, if you will, a synthesis and an analysis of the entire
See, the very
festival.
fact that we have doubled ourselves here, the Indians here, they are not dumb. Our Indians have made it very big, and they know they can give run for money to all the IT fellows of America, and we have our, South California where we are. Now, we also have money power, and then we like our dance. Why won't you like our own Indian music, dance, films, whatever you have? So, by the time they announce online, the houses were full, tickets were sold out, and they did not expect this. Even with the Arab, the Japanese and Chinese, it didn't happen. Then also, they were very curious that how will they handle the Indians over here, how will they project, and what was their idea of America, and that idea they wanted to project in a manner as maximum best way they could do, very clever. They took maximum India from Suketu Mehta, maximum city lost, they came often to Bombay, and I think both women were quite savvy about what they wanted to present. They're the best designers. They got for sari exhibition Mahartam Singh, whose superb exhibition, like on the ghats of Benares, the saris were there, mannequins were there, beautiful saris were there. There was also wonderful speech of public speech of Mahatma Gandhi in the Hall of Nations when you go. And they had also bindis and exhibition upstairs, the children playing around. They brought also a section of literary with the literary festival in Jaipur, Salman Rushdie and Tara Sehgal. They had also films with Nandita Das, focus on the women, they being very in thing with the feminists, etc. And very young girl, very unassuming, unself-conscious, wonderful woman. And also they brought categories of popular thing. What happened when they did this in consultation with the Indian Embassy and ICCR? ICCR said that you come and decide what you want, but we would send what we want to send. And that is our policy, and we don't want you to interfere there. We will not interfere in what you will decide and what you will bring. Of course, these two American women, they were not born yesterday. They knew what they wanted. They brought the best thing. And we gave them 8 shows which were free, so that we paid for them. We gave their fee. We gave the lodge, board, everything we organized, and our people came and they performed the AsianOcean Hall. They performed also in the Millennium Stage. We had rock bands. We had Kailas Khair, we had Raghu Dikshit. My God,
it was actually beautiful.
Unbelievable. And so we had Kathakali over there. We had the Rajasthani singers were there. We had Sapera there, Gulabo Sapera. So one of my friends who is a dance critic by name George Jackson, he said, I was looking for the serpent, but oh, I forgot. We were the serpents because we got enchanted by the wonderful music. So if this sort of evocation can come in the writing of Washington Post or something, it was marvelous.
And I think, we talked about it before, that obviously as a person very fluent in Sanskrit language, you had access to your own interpretations and engagement with the original text. And you understand the rasa theory, you understand the essence of Indian culture, Indian dance. You've also curated many exhibitions. You've brushed shoulders with all these names that I read about, all the young dancers read about, Rukmani Devi, Bala Saraswati for Bharatanatyam. If you can step a little back and look at the whole global picture, what do you feel is the next step for dance teachers like ourselves, dance students, dance connoisseurs, critics, scholars?
I believe that today within 30 years, we have made our name very big here. We have got Hema Rajgopal in Chicago, we have got Anjani Abhigavkar, we have got Chitresh Das, we have got Maithili Prakash, Vijay Prakash, we have got Rajika Puri, Uttarasha Kurlawala, we have got Aparna Ramaswamy, your namesake in Minneapolis. They have done a wonderful job. And today they are very confident. I often feel whenever an IT fellow marries a young pretty girl, comes over here, she doesn't sit idle. And this man provides money and he learns also culture. And these girls, they are like Swiss churi, all those Swiss blades. They can look after the husband, they can look after the child, they say the husband take your breakfast, they can drive the car, they can look after the mother-in-law also. And if they do all these things against all hardships, and still they prove that we are capable of doing these things, sell it to them. I think this Shakti power is very great, and Americans have understood this also. Our people are not dumb. We are too smart. We have already taken over many things about it, and then these people understood also. And I believe the great discipline that our Indian audiences have cultivated now, you go to AsianOcean, they may be running around here and there, but they sit very quietly, they listen to music quietly, and they admire it thing. And I do believe that there we have got shown an integration of this culture that America is, or educated doctors are there, engineers are there.